Today I'll be showing you how to set up a simple autosplitter for Mario 64 PC port. This is just a quick and easy method that I found. It's not the most accurate, there's maybe a second delay in latency total, but it gets the job done. I'm assuming you already have a Mario 64 executable. You'll also need to install Cheat Engine, livesplit, and a text editor like Notepad++ or Visual Studio Code. I've tested this method to be working on Super Mario 64 EX. To get started, we're going to need to know when the timer should start, end, and when we should split. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to start the timer on file select, end on the collection on final star, and split on the collection of every star. So, to get started, I'll get you to open Cheat Engine. Here we've got Cheat Engine, and then after that, we'll also need to open Mario 64. So here we've got Mario 64 running as well as Cheat Engine. So we're going to need to connect Cheat Engine to the Mario 64 process. So we'll go connect here. This will bring up a process list. Just select Super Mario 64 and hit open. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to hit start in Mario 64 and let's load up Mario D. This is save number 4. So what we're going to need to look for is we're going to need to look for a 4 in the memory address. There's going to be a lot of them. So we're going to go search for byte, exact value of 4. We'll do a first scan. Now you can see there's 113,000 results. Most of them are also probably from my Riva tuner, so I'll close that out and I'll do another scan. The value will still be 4 because we're still on Mario D, so we'll just go next scan. Yep. So a lot of them are gone. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the main menu, go to save Mario A, so that'll be 1. So we go next scan, that narrowed it down to 119. Rinse and repeat. Let's go back to something else like Mario C, that'll be a hex value of 3. There we go. So we've got 2 values here. And so if we go back to the main menu, one of these should go to 0. So this one is showing which menu we're in, whether we're in main menu, we're on save 1, 2, 3, or 4. So you're going to double click it, right click here. We're going to change the description and just name it save slot. The next thing we're going to need is we're going to need the number of stars. So open Mario D here, you can see it changed to value 4. Now we need to get a new scan. The number of stars will be I believe it's a 4 byte. So right now we're looking for 0. First scan, there's a shit ton of them. So we're going to need to go and get a star. So let's go and do that. Great, so now that we've got 1 star, we'll hit save and continue. So now we're looking for an exact value of 1. We'll go next scan, narrows it down to about 10,000. So we'll go get a second star. Let's just go to Womps. Great, so we've got 2 stars. We'll hit save and continue. This will also work if you select continue, don't save. So we'll go back to Cheat Engine. And we'll go exact value of 2. next scan. Still not enough addresses to, still too many addresses, sorry. So we'll just keep on narrowing it down. Perfect, so we got 3 now. We'll hit save and continue. We'll go exact value of 3, next scan, there we go. So we've got 2 values here. It's unlikely going to be that one, it's 99% going to be that one, so let's just get a 4th star, just to confirm. Great, so hit save and quit, and you can see this value turned to 4. So we'll double click it, add to the bottom, right click it, change record, description, we'll just name it stars. The next stage of the memory search that we're going to do is we're going to look for the stage number. So what we'll do, we'll warp to level bomb on battlefield, hit warp, and we'll search for value number 1. Sorry, new scan, first scan. 66,000 values, that's a lot, so we'll just warp to level lethal shifting sandlet. Value of 8, hit next, brings it down to 6, I don't think it's any of these. See, none of them have turned to 9, so maybe it's not a 4 byte, maybe it's an 8 byte. So we're in dire docs, so I think that's 8. I think that's stage 8. Stage 9. Stage 9, first scan. Change that to 7 or something. Warp. And nothing. Okay. So I believe it's a 2 byte value that we're searching for. So hit next. Here we go. So we've got 2 values. They look good. So either one of them will work. So just to double check that, we'll warp to level Bowser 3. That should change to 18. Yep. So they're both useful. Just double click this one. Change record. Description. Stage. Now, the next thing that we need is what animation Mario is using. So, Mario has about well over 200 animations. So what we'll do, we'll just exit the level, warp to castle, just outside Bomb, and we'll make our way back to the courtyard, just to demonstrate. Now, to find which animation Mario is in, there's a list of over 200 animations, and I'd like to thank Uncommentated Pattern for their work, and they've got a list in their paste bin here. I've got that right here. So you can see it's got 0, it's got all the different animations. So what we want to do is we can see Mario is currently sleeping, right? So we'll just go Control F, sleeping. He's currently in animation 133. So what we need to do is we then need to look here. We're going to go new scan. We're going to need, I believe it's a 2 byte, and we're going to look for the animation 133. 133. First scan. There's a lot of them. So now what we want to do is we want to get up, just hold the duck animation, click out. That didn't work. We want to keep on holding duck, and we want to, in here, we want to go crouching, so that's 152. So we'll go in here, we'll type in 152, we'll go next scam, and you can see these two addresses show what animation he is in. So we want to click on this, this will go change record description, courtyard animation. Now the courtyard animation itself doesn't really matter, because when I go inside a stage, for example, you can see that I'm running around and it's stuck on value of 95. That's because in every different area, the animation pointer points to a different address in memory. So what we want to do, we want to just warp to Bowser 1, warp here, and I'll just turn on some cheats, make my life easier. We want to do the same thing. So we'll go new scan. It's a bit tricky when you're fighting Bowser, but we want to be crouching, and I believe crouching was animation number 152. So we'll just hold crouch, type in first scam. There's a lot of values there. And looking left and right like Mario is right now is I believe somewhere between value of 194 to 200. So we want to say, oh, I've fallen off that. So we want to go value between, go back into the stage. Value between, I believe it's between 190 and 200. So while he's just standing still, there we go, so we found the animation. You can see he's running around doing his backflips. Either one of these will work, so save that one, change record description, Bowser 1 animation. I want to rinse and repeat for Bowser 2 and Bowser 3. Perfect. So now we found the animation pointer, double click it, change record, description, Bowser 2 animation. Hit OK. Rinse and repeat for Bowser 3. And you can see in my case that the Bowser 1 animation also points to the Bowser 3 animation. So you can see when I'm ducking, it actually changes to the appropriate animation. If I can just stand still, you can see it's 195, 196, and when I duck, it goes to 152. So that's really all we really need. We don't need the courtyard animation one, so we can just delete that record. And for now, what we want to do, just to confirm that they're static addresses, we'll close Mario 64, reopen it. Just open it here. Just press start, stay on the main menu. We want to reselect the process, keep the current address, and you can see all of these have zeroed out. So now if we go to Mario C, for example, I've already got 8 stars on it. We should see that save slot 3 populates to value of 3, and save slot and star number changes to 8. So that's all the memory addresses we need. So now what we'll do is we can close Mario 64, we can open Notepad++, and we can go File, New. We can save this. First, we need to actually code it. So, in ASL scripting, we start with state, and in brackets, we want to type in the name of the executable without the .exe. So, in my case, it's just Mario 64. And here is where we declare all our variables. Before we get to that, we want start. We want reset. And we want split. So the first thing we want to define is the file selected. So we go byte, because that's the data type that it is. We'll go file selected, like this. We'll type the name of the executable with .exe, comma, and then the offset. Now in this case, we can double click this address, and we can see that it's mario64.exe plus 10EC481. This address might be different for you depending on your executable, but what you want to do, you want to copy this bit, type in 0x and paste it there, end it with a semicolon. Then we want to define the number of stars. The number of stars is a 4-byte, so that can just be an integer. Integer stars, that can be the same, so it's mario64.exe, comma, and then the offset. You can double click here, get the offset, you go 0x, and semicolon, and because these are 2 bytes, they are unsigned shorts. U short stage, we can do 2 bytes, double click it, grab the offset, remember to add the 0x at the start, and we'll have U short B1, Bowser 1, B3, Bowser 3, because they point to the same thing. Bowser 3 animation is mario64.exe, comma, grab the offset, and then same thing but for Bowser 2. Perfect, so that's all our variables defined, so that's all we need for a basic splitter. Next thing we'll add is when to start the split. So we want to start the split if the old file selected is 0 and the current file selected is not 0. Then we can return true. So this is basically telling livesplit, okay, if this memory address save slot was 0 and is now 1, 2, 3, or 4, start the split. That'll start the timer. Now, in the reset thing, we want it to go essentially the opposite of this. So we can just go copy that, we'll go if old file selected is not 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then it is now 0, meaning we've gone back to the main menu, then we can return true. This will then reset the split. Now there are multiple conditions on when we split in Mario 64 speedrun. So we split on the collection of a star, we split on when we defeat Bowser 1, when we defeat Bowser 2, and when we defeat Bowser 3. So we'll start with the star split. So if old.stars is less than current.stars, then we can split. So we can return true. That's essentially saying, okay, if stars has gone up one value, now we split. Now the stars will only go up in value after you've selected save and continue, continue don't save, or save and quit. Now next thing we can do is, how do we tell when we've defeated Bowser 1, or Bowser 2, or Bowser 3 for that matter? So what we do is we refer back to the paste bin of all the different animations. So we can see here that I believe it's called Celebration. Yes, Celebration. No, not Celebration. Where is it? Star Dance on Ground. That's what we're looking for. So if old dot b2 animation is not equal to 205 and the current b2 animation is now 205, then we also split, so we return true. And then we do the same thing for B1 and B3. So for B1, it's the same thing. Copy that, we can paste it underneath here. If old.b1, b3 animation is not 205 and the current one is also 205, then we return true. Now, how do we calculate when we've collected the final star? The final star is defined. It's a bit slow, maybe like half a second tops, but the animation when if you just control F grand star, it starts with him twirling. So if we go to this video, the animation twirling, we can see the animation of twirling is when he does this. So he's collected the star, he's done his twirl, that's when he's collected the grand star. So we do the same thing. We can copy paste this, and it's not equal to 37, and if the old one isn't 37, the current one is 37, and then I like to do a final control, and the current stage is 18. That way we know for sure that we can split there, and that also returns true. So what we can do, we can save this. I'll just save it to my desktop now, and we'll just go all files, live split auto splitter Mario 64 PC .asl. We'll hit save, and now what we need to do is we need to open live split. Now in this case, because we're splitting at every star, I've added all the stars in my 16 star run, as well as the Bowser 1, Bowser 2, and Bowser 3 fights. Now to add the auto splitter, you want to right click live split, you want to go edit layout. You won't have a scriptable auto splitter here, so we'll just go add, control, scriptable auto splitter, double click it. In the script path we can hit browse, and we'll just go to the desktop, and that's the file we just created. And we want to have the options to start, split, and reset. So we'll just hit OK, and that should be it. So if we open Mario64.exe, we don't need to erase. So now the split should start when we open the file. Perfect. So now let's just do I'll just do a quick a shitty 16 star run. I'll fast forward. Great, so we can see that my Mario 64 gameplay is shit. And it should split when we hit save and continue. Perfect, so you can see it split there. The next thing we need to test is whether the animation splits work. So you can see in Notepad++ here, we split on when the stars increase, on Bowser 1 and Bowser 3, Celebration, Bowser 2, sorry, this is Bowser 2, Bowser 1, and Bowser 3. So let's just go ahead and test those. We can warp to level... Perfect, so it splits on Bowser 1. Now we just need to check Bowser 2. The reason we need to check Bowser 1, 2, and 3 individually is because every memory address is different. So we can just warp to level Bowser 2. Perfect, so it splits there. Next we need to check if it splits on the final animation. Watch my throws be absolute dog water. Now you can see that the timer actually lags a bit there. That's because the animation doesn't start until you've hit the ground. That's the best method I've found so far. If you have any other method, let me know. But that's Mario 64 done. So what I'll do, I'll just reset the timer. We still need to test resets, so let's just relaunch Mario 64. Let's just try this one. So we go DinoS, return to menu. No, it won't reset here, it'll reset once we hit the main menu. So perfect. That's the entire script working. If you have any issues, feel free to comment below. Thank you.